Sorry about that. My video software crashed and I had to reboot. So let's start where we left off. We found the 24th term. We just put it into our equation and we're getting ready to crank out that answer. So if I add the numbers in the parentheses, I get negative 146. I'll take that times 24 and divide by 2. If you do that on your calculator, you get negative 1,752. So it's a lot of work, but really this is less work than if we had to actually find all 24 terms of this sequence and add them together, which is what this basically is. I didn't do a very good job at the beginning of this lesson explaining what was happening. I think doing this on video, I just don't do a very good job. But I think the last two examples kind of show you what's happening a little bit better. It says find the sum of the first 50 terms of this sequence. So we've been talking about sequences of numbers. We're looking at patterns. We've learned formulas where we can find any term of the sequence we want. And now we're looking at what if we want to add up a certain number of terms from a sequence. So in this case, they've given us the beginning of the sequence, and they want us to find the sum of the first 50 terms. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to come up with 45 more terms and then add all 50 together, because I would probably get lost somewhere in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the formula. Now for the formula, we need to know the first term and what the common difference is. So the first term's easy. That's going to be 34. The common difference, if we just look at the pattern, it goes from 34 to 45 to 56. We are adding 11 each time. So that means that your common difference is 11. So if we're using our sum formula, we can find the sum of the first 50 terms by putting 50 there, and then the first term's 34. But I don't know what's going to go here. That needs to be the 50th term. So we're going to have to find that. And then the rest of the formula is divide by 2. So we will use our prior knowledge of how to find the 50th term, and then we can put that in there. So if I want to find the 50th term, I use the first term, which is 34, plus the common difference, which is 11. And then in the parentheses, I take the number of terms we're looking at, which is 50, and we subtract 1. And so that's just the formula. First term plus the common difference, number of terms minus 1 go in the parentheses. So what we're going to do is 34 plus 11 times 49. And really, you could type this in the calculator even with the 50 minus 1 if you wanted to. And you get 573 is the last term of the sequence. So I can put that in, and I can find the sum of all 50 terms without actually having to find all the terms, without having to add 50 terms separately. So even though this seems a little complicated, I promise you this is faster. It is a shortcut. Okay, so if I add the numbers in the parentheses, the 34 and the 573, I will get 607. Or you could just type all of this in. If you just want to write this down and put all of that into your calculator, you could. I like doing that part first. I don't know why. I just do. And we get 15,175. So this is a shortcut. It enables us to not have to find all 50 terms of the sequence. I don't have to know what they are. I don't have to sit with the calculator and add all 50 of them up, and that makes me very happy. This is not that bad. Okay, let's look at our very last example. So we want to find the sum of the first 20 terms of this sequence. So they've just given us the first 5. So without our formulas, you would have to figure out the pattern, write out all 20 terms, then take your calculator, add all 20 terms up. You'd probably forget one or type one in wrong. It would be a huge hassle. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to use our formula. So the sum of the first 20 terms is 20 first term plus the 20th term, which we just don't know, over 2. So we need to find out what A20 is. And so we can do that using our formula. So you have to know the first term. So the first term up here is 12. That's your A1 term, so 12. Plus, we have to know what the common difference is. So if I look 12, 18, 24, that difference looks like it is 6. We're going up by 6 every time. That's the pattern. So that goes here on the outside of my parentheses. And then if I want 20 terms, I have to do 20 minus 1 in here. And you could literally just type that into your calculator if you use the parentheses. I like to go ahead and subtract that and make it 19. And then it's a little easier to type in. And if you type that in, you will get 126. So that will go in my formula up here. And then I can just finish this out. So in the parentheses, if you add those, you get 138. Put all of this in the calculator. 20 times 138 divided by 2. Get 1,380. So this is a shortcut for finding some of those sums like we were doing yesterday. When they don't give you the formula, they're just giving you some key information, and we don't have to find all of the terms because there might be a lot of them. This just saves us some time. Okay, that's it.